beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now, my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today is not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now, guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading. And today's pick a card reading is all about what are your spiritual gifts. This was a suggestion of one of you guys, so thank you very much for that, my dear. And yeah, also if you haven't joined me yet on my second channel, where it's all about zodiac signs, weekly, monthly energy updates, and also exclusive pick a cards and candle wax readings for your zodiac sign, then yeah, feel free to join me there as well. I will make sure to either link it up here or also in the comment section below or description box. But yeah, coming back to this reading, my dear, as always, I have 3 piles for you to choose from. For pile 1, we have the beautiful card of the Hermit. Pile 2 is going to be the High Priestess. And pile 3 is the Magician card. So as always, my dear, feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And yeah, if you're interested in a personal reading or you would like to get further information regarding one, then of course you can also feel free to email me. And lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading. So not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what are your spiritual gifts? Let's get you some tarot cards, my dear. Alright, so for my dear pile 1. For my dear pile 1, what are your spiritual gifts? Let's see. For my dear pile 1, what are your spiritual gifts? Alright, that's enough. So let's see. For pile 1. Okay, so alright, we got the Tower card. That's interesting. The Tower card. So let's see for my dear pile 1. Oops. 5 of Pentacles. Alright. For my dear. Okay, so we got the 8 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles. Let's continue. For my dear pile 1, what are your spiritual gifts? Let's see. Alright. Okay, the Tower, the 3 of Cups here. The Page of Wands. Okay, the 3 of Swords with the 8 of Cups. Alright. Lastly, let's see. Alright, so and the Judgment and the 4 of Swords. Okay. At the back of the deck, as the overall energy, we got the Hanged Man. Alright. Okay. So my dear pile 1. Okay. So I want to be completely straightforward with you. You guys are for sure healers. You are healers. You yourself, apparently, you have definitely experienced a lot, throughout your life. A lot of hardship, a lot of dark periods. You definitely have had at least one Tower moment, which really shook your world, and it could even be the case that from it you yeah, experienced a spiritual awakening. But regardless of that, what I'm seeing is that you are a healer. Like I'm hearing clear, like clear, simple, the healer archetype here. And I feel like because you guys are survivors, you are warriors, you have had your own fair share of very painful life experience, and it doesn't even matter how old you are, um, but you definitely have experienced that. And I definitely see that you guys are an old soul. And like, you know what I heard? I heard that you are strong enough for that, like you are strong enough to experience what you have experienced, or maybe for some what you are still experiencing. Like your soul is strong enough for it. And you really came here to experience life to the fullest, not just the, let's say, what human beings would call good, but also the bad stuff, obviously that's life. Life is duality. um, but from a human point of view, right, we would rather experience the good things, but the bad things sometimes are especially yeah, those experiences which really shape us. But what I'm seeing is that, again, coming back to your spiritual gifts, you, my dear pal one, you definitely, as I've said, you are healers. Your presence, maybe you have had some people around you um, who kind of open up to you pretty easy. Like maybe you meet someone for the first time and they, open up to you and their life story, their fears, like with very personal stuff. And maybe you have even wondered at times why people tend to really come to you with their problems, when they're worrying, when they're struggling, or just in general. They, like, people just tend to trust you, or they tend to kind of open up to you. And the reason for that is that you have a very healing presence. So energetically, people pick up on that, even if a human being doesn't really understand that from like a human point of view, okay, like why they feel so safe with you or so drawn to you, that will, or why they feel like things are really easy with you, like to share as an example. That's because energetically, especially like your aura, it's a very safe place, it's very inviting. And it could even be the case that you guys don't even perceive it that way. Maybe you feel like, what? I'm not a healer, like I'm a mess. You know, um, it's one thing how we perceive ourselves, but it's something else, how we're, and it, like the energetic influence we have on other people, it talks for itself regardless of how you view yourself. um, it will have an impact, right? And you're definitely, energetically speaking, are very impactful to people. So and it's very interesting because you could even be kind of the friend who cheers everyone up, and always sees like the positive side, or like when it comes to other people's business, at least maybe you are the kind of person, for some even, it's sometimes very difficult for you to stay optimistic, but you constantly kind of cheer up other people, right? And like it's easier for you to support others than to support yourself at times. But what I'm seeing is that you are, as well, emotionally speaking, okay, very healing to others. So honestly, this is like such a beautiful energy to have, or gift to have. And maybe some of you guys would also like to start a career, or maybe even a side hustle, or something, some kind of job in which you can kind of capitalize out of it, or you can kind of, use this ability that you have for helping others. let's say, okay, this is just an example, but let's say someone is a psychologist and they have those really healing traits and energy that would be so like supportive, to the work the person does, because they additionally really have those skills or those energetic impact on other people. Or of course it could be anything. I mean, that's just a very, very simple example here. I don't know, nothing better came up, so take it how it resonates. But what I want to say is that you guys are actually really, really good, also with, working in a field which you can kind of take use out of that, out of your healing, yeah, skills. Maybe some of you guys even feel very, very connected or very, very drawn to do something which goes to that like direction. All right, which kind of yeah, does something in the healing field. Or if it's not the healing field, still you may be very like, you may feel drawn towards certain let's say cultures or places in which there are some healing rituals, or maybe people watching really enjoy, let's say, herbalism, or just any kind of health or well-being kind of system, whether it be yoga, or whether it be Ayurveda, or whether it be anything, you're just, it could even be tarot, it doesn't matter. But you guys, or crystals, right? You guys just really enjoy surrounding yourself with, or well, no, maybe not necessarily surrounding yourself, but your gifts lay in your healing properties. All right, and you are also a very, very creative soul. So I feel like you are, another spiritual gifts that you have is your ideas. Like, you are someone who like, you can, let's say someone is in some kind of a bad situation, then you are someone who really comes up, with great, yeah, like ideas, maybe even innovative ideas. You are a very creative soul. And with creation, or I'm sorry, with creativity, I also see within you passion. So another spiritual gift you have is actually, you're the kind of person who could really profit out of your creative nature, because you are very prone to succeed in what you love. That's really something I am picking up on here. And like, yeah, as an example, if you have a certain hobby, or there is a certain idea you have, you would like to start with it but you're not quite sure about it, then what I'm seeing is that there is such an like encouraging energy here to try it, because it almost like, I'm hearing that you are the kind of person who, when you love doing something, like genuinely have passion for it, and you have also the creativity for it, or the innovative kind of view um, regarding whatever it is, then you're really prone to succeed in it as well. That's really what I'm seeing. And once again, coming back to you, or one of your spiritual gifts definitely being that you are a healer, you're also a great person to help others, as, let's say, to go through difficulties in their life, or even to help them like let go. Maybe you at times have just, like trouble yourself letting go of certain things in your life or of your past, but you're definitely a great support system when it comes to helping other people do that. For sure, yeah. And the reason for that is because I can't say it often enough. You have very, very, very like healing, like a healing energetical presence, and it has an effect on others, my dear, one way or another. And Again, okay, so yeah, I'm picking up on the fact that, you know, it could be easier to, have a healing presence, right, on other people, or even help others to heal, or be even of a support. But it may be then like more difficult when it comes to the own journey. I feel like you guys may even like struggle at times with, let's say, your own personal stuff. I've had those friends who like it was way easier for me, let's say, to encourage them than to encourage me or myself at times. Like it was so easy to uplift them and really help them, but it was so difficult, to do it on myself, right? And I just feel like some of you guys, yeah, maybe still having some trouble, or you're still kind of in the process of healing. And I just feel like it could be easier for you to do it on others or help others than to do it for yourself. But there's definitely this message in here to, allow yourself or give yourself the space and the time to do it on your own path, like on your own pace. Um, for sure, like if you're struggling, or if you are healing from something, then give yourself the time to do it. And healing is a process. It may take a lifetime, could even take multiple lifetimes, but it's really all about the process of going through it, right? And yeah, becoming conscious of it, so you at least don't self-sabotage yourself, or you make sure at least that it doesn't come in the way of your happiness. And that's really the dangerous thing here. Let's just say a very simple example of what I mean. Let's say someone had a very bad experience in a relationship, in a ex relationship, and they may not really kind of want to face it, or to heal it. So what they do is instead run from one relationship to the other, but they really take this wound that they have with themselves. So and the worst thing is that it will also influence all the like future relationships, and they just don't work. And in fact, it's kind of a repetition, and they find themselves in very similar situations. So this is when self-sabotaging can also happen, because we're so attached to what happened, as an example, that we kind of expect it to happen again because of our subconscious mind, because of the experiences from the past. So it's so important to put a cut somewhere, right? So we can kind of attach, and when someone good comes around, we don't think of an ex, and we don't see the negative traits of the ex in this new person. So there is definitely this need of healing. And again, I'm picking up on the fact that it may be more difficult for you to do it on yourself than perhaps to help someone else on their journey. So keep that in mind. There is a reason why it came through, right? So you see how, for yourself, how it resonates. But yeah, so another thing, my dear pile one. Okay, I'm actually seeing that, this energetic impact that you have on other people, not only when we talk about healing, but also if we talk about like it almost feels like you have a cloud around you that you may not even be aware of, but an energetic kind of cloud, which really helps you as well with interactions. Like you are someone who could actually through your energy, you could really I don't want to say manipulate, because manipulation sounds like also like negative intentions and trying to do like negative things. That's not what I mean. So what I'm seeing is that you actually kind of have a great impact on others, in which you could even like profit out of it to become what you want. Okay, that sounds like manipulation, but I don't see it being used like for something negative. Like, as an example, I don't have anything in mind right now which would give me an example. So what I see, maybe to to describe it better so you understand what I mean, is, let's say okay, let's say you have a friend, and this friend is very, very down. Your presence, once again, your energy has an impact on other people. So kind of with your energy, you will be able to lift this person up without them even realizing, because you're kind of bringing them into the space that you have, surrounding yourself. So it can be used like that, but of course it could also be used negatively. I mean, there are a lot of people on planet Earth who definitely are using, their gifts for either good or bad. That's just a fact. They're using their free will, and they decide what to do with it, right? And then there are others who don't even know they have it. But this is definitely a gift which you could be using kind of both ways. But especially if we're talking about the healer archetype that you are coming through here, you could kind of subconsciously, not subconsciously, but you could uplift people unaware, like like you're someone who could literally, like, you can impact other people's energy fields. That's probably the best way to voice it. You can do it. And maybe you're watching this right now and you're just like, what? Like, that's not the case. Like, I don't think I can do this. Well, a lot of people have spiritual gifts which they haven't explored yet, right? So, and throughout this reading, just because you feel like you have not awakened this gift doesn't mean that the potential is not there. So that also keep that in mind for sure. Yeah. But this is actually very, very powerful, because you have an impact on others. In fact, you guys can definitely impact other people for the better. For sure, healing. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So, my dear pile one, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And if you liked it or if it resonated, please feel free to let me know. I'm very curious about, how you feel about it. And if you would like to give me a feedback, you can definitely do so by commenting, or even, liking or disliking, of course, or subscribing. And my dear, also, if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, of course, you can also feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below. And of course, I invite you there as well. But my dear pal one, take care. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what are your spiritual gifts for my dear pal 2? Let's see for you guys. What are your spiritual gifts for my dear pile 2? Alright, one last shuffle. What are your spiritual gifts? Alright, okay. So for my dear pile 2, let's see. Too many cards. I only want at the beginning one. card at a time. Well, okay. So we got the Six of Wands here. Let's see. Please, one card at a time for my dear pile 2. What are your spiritual gifts, my dear? All right. Okay, so we got the Six of Pentacles, 6 here. The Three of Cups. I only want one at a time, but I feel like taking them. Okay, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords. I always go with my feelings regarding which cards to take and which not. You know, when they come off more than one card. Sometimes I hear yes, sometimes I hear no. So let's see. Okay, we got the Justice card. We got the Five of Wands. Let's get you one last card. All right, and there it is. And we got the Eight of Swords. I hope you guys can see it like that, but yeah, it looks good. And at the back of the deck we have, all right, we have the Three of Wands. Okay, let me put it like that. All right, okay. So my dear pile 2. So there is one word, or one sentence better to say, that I heard, and it's very loud and clear, and it's, you guys are great manifestors. Like you are, yeah, like you have so much like energetic, let's say, potential, okay, let me put it that way, to manifest. And when I say manifest, it's not necessarily only that you want to manifest something in particular and you know, you do certain things to manifest it and that's it. No, I mean like constant manifestation as well, because you know, a lot of people daily, like we all manifest, first of all, our life every single day, but most of yeah, the people on planet Earth do it subconsciously, and that's not great, because on our subconscious mind there is not a lot of great things. Most of the time it's, yeah, we have fears there, we have traumas there, we have a lot of things from the past there, and obviously manifesting from that point of view is not really, let's say, ideal to probably what we want, because we probably don't want those things again, but we see the world from those subconscious programmings, and yeah, but we do manifest, you know, we do manifest our reality, but subconsciously. And what a lot of people start doing is they start becoming aware of it and manifesting with awareness, you know, with like what it is that they really want. But what I'm seeing for you, my dear pile 2, is that you guys, like you are great manifestors. Like if you would, as an example, like really mindfully, you know, like manifest or organize your energies in a way that it's ideal, then this is like this is master manifestor energy here. Okay, I'm really trying to put it in the right words, but it's a little bit difficult, especially when it comes to English, so I'm trying my best, but regardless of that, so what I'm seeing is that you guys have great potential regarding manifestation. So if you haven't started yet, you should definitely do it, like become more aware of it, whether it be doing certain manifestation techniques, or you actually becoming aware, you know, of what your life is and where you want it to lead towards, and you know, putting the right mindset and the right steps into it. then honestly speaking, with the Justice card, with the Ace of Cups, with the Six of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, like I'm sorry, the Three of Cups, like you guys can literally you can manifest your dreams and wishes. However, I feel like a lot of you guys are here. You're stuck. You're stuck in the negativity of your mind. You're stuck in the subconscious, and you may not even be aware of it, or you may not even believe it. You're kind of you're like own worst enemy here, because you're not believing in your own capabilities, but it's still there, regardless whether you actually believe in it or not, like whether you're that great or not, you're still capable of that. Maybe even for some of you guys, you've witnessed that very often you have manifested negative things. Maybe this is something you remember. Maybe at times you didn't want something to happen, but you have put so much energy into it, and again, when whatever energy goes, yeah, energy flows, right? I'm sorry, whenever energy flows, energy goes. That's what I meant. And with manifestation, it's not about the good things only. Like, we manifest every single day. The universe or the energies don't, they don't care whether you're manifesting something you want or not, or when you're manifesting something which in your eyes is good or bad. You manifest whatever the hell you are energetic match to, on a physical, mental, energetic, or vibrational, like frequency level, or even, of course, emotional level. So you guys have such a power, but it can actually also be such a disadvantage, or such a burden if you don't know how to use it. Even the greatest gift could be a curse, if we don't know how to profit out of it. And you guys definitely need to become aware of what you put your energy into. And I really mean it, because reminds me so much of myself. And for years, I've been on this journey consciously, and I've become very mindful of how to deal with those energies, and let's say with those gifts, to bring out always the best thing for me, and not find myself in a situation which I didn't want to be in, but I manifested, because this happened very, very often in my life. But it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of awareness, a lot of emotional, mental work, subconscious work. So this is nothing easy, but for you, something you're supposed to know is, first you should be aware of that, and yeah, be aware of what you put your energy into, my dear. As an example, and this can start very, very small and go to different heights. As an example, if you're watching certain movies that give you such negative energies, and they trigger you on so many levels, and they don't really give you great energy, and maybe even movies in which there are certain situations which really give you a lot of anxiety, don't watch them. Don't watch those movies, or even books. I remember when I was a teenager, I used to read such horrific books. I don't even understand how I did it, and they were so disturbing, and today I would never ever be able to do that, because I just couldn't. I would be too attached to those energies, and I remember when I would read certain things, negative things, I would manifest them, their energy into my own real life, and they will materialize, especially things that I didn't want. Let's say, okay, I don't want to go too much into it, but let's say a certain person, then I would manifest them, although I didn't even want them in my life. But I was reading those books, and I was too much emotionally, energetically invested in them. I was an energetic match to them, and they were in my life. So yeah, that's just an example here of how, how it can also go. So, and that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people manifest subconsciously. But for you guys, it's all about becoming aware of it so you can actually get the justice. You can get the things you want. But there is a lot of obviously work which needs first to be done. But it's definitely a spiritual gift that you have. And actually, if it comes from a place of love, or when it comes from a place of conscious manifestation, you guys are master manifestors. Like simply said, you are master manifestors for sure. Let me see. Yeah, there's this message in here. You guys, you need for sure to be very aware of your energy. Like, who do you surround yourself with? What kind of people? What kind of, information do you consume? Again, it's the same thing with books and, let's say, series or movies. It's all information. And as we all know, our mind doesn't, let's say, if we're watching a movie, our mind doesn't know whether we're actually experiencing it or not. Our brain doesn't know. It's, that's also, right, a great way of manifestation for the better, but also we need to be aware of the opposite effects it could have, right? We can, we can maximize out of this, let's say, when we want to manifest something good, right? If our mind doesn't know the difference between reality and just, let's say, something we imagine or something we just see on a screen, we can also capitalize out of it. But at the same time, it can also have a destructive, impact on us. So please be mindful of it. Really question what kind of people you have around yourself. What do you consume? What do you watch? What do you listen to? Music as well as vibration. I can't even say, and maybe some people watching this, they won't really understand because the manifestation energy is not that big to them. So they don't it doesn't care what kind of books they read. Like, they don't manifest something which energetically fits this book, let's say, or the plot or whatever, the story of the book. But I'm talking here about manifestation, like masters. People who really, without even trying, they constantly are manifesting. But they're really aware of it. As I said, a lot of people subconsciously manifest and they're not even aware of it. But some people manifest the good and the ugly and they're aware of it, right? So as I said, I was pretty aware that I was manifesting those negative things. I was aware of it. But again, you guys have the potential of being great manifestors. And I'm really talking out a high level manifestors here, okay? Not only scripting and you try to get what it is you really, really big time. And with that, there comes both sides, the good and the bad. So be aware of it, okay? So of course, not everyone will manifest, let's say, certain energies that they pick up on when it comes to a book they read or when it comes to a movie they watch. But it really depends on, the frequency you're in, and let's say, the potential which is already kind of in you when you get born, because we all come with a different footprint, right? Depending on our soul journey, depending on our our soul journey, on our higher self, and the soul contract and what it wanted to experience. So we're all different, but you guys definitely have this potential when it comes to manifestation. So be aware of it. Be aware of, when you watch something or when you put your energy towards something, even music and certain lyrics, genuinely speaking, see whether this is actually the kind of energy you would like to have in your life or not. I can't even tell you guys how many things I've stopped doing. Yeah, since I actually decided for myself to become more conscious of co-creating my life, because it didn't work out anymore. I was constantly manifesting so much, especially also negative things, that I needed to constantly be aware of where my energy went to. So yeah, let's say I stopped listening to certain music, watching certain movies or even series, which were definitely for the better, because yeah, there are just certain movies or series with certain topics that I don't even want to watch, but I used to watch them and they had an impact on me. But even books or even people, what kind of people do you surround yourself with? Ask this question every day. Do you surround yourself with people who are literally in the Three of Cups energy, who support you, who uplift you, who are not there to sabotage you? Or do you have people around you, such as the Five of Wands, who are there just to fight you, to be in a constant negative competition, to pull you down, to yeah, even take you down, So be aware of that, because wherever energy flows, energy goes, okay, my dear? So be aware of it. What kind of a life do you want to create for yourself? Okay? It's all connected with our energetical, emotional, mental, and physical body. So, what do you put into your body? What kind of energies? What do you put into your mind or emotion as well? What kind of information, which we get through the news, through movies, series, and so on, right? But also through like literally human beings or even social media. Become very aware of it, because they will have an impact on you. And being such a great manifester as you are, it can definitely go also the other way. So be mindful of it. But at the same time, you the potential you have, there is no limit to it. So again, you could create your dream life. You could manifest anything you put your energy into. So decide for yourself. It's all balance. See, balance. See what brings you out of this balance. Okay. Yeah, because manifestation is not only about scripting. It's about energy. Yeah, organizing your whole energy system, which goes through all the bodies. But that's very that's a whole journey in itself. So it's definitely easier to let's say teach people how to script and use the manifestation through that, than through, let's say, a whole lifestyle change on every single aspect. However, this is for the long run. This is for the long run. It's not just scripting for something and then that's it. You get it, and then you go for the next thing, let's say, and you do certain techniques to manifest them too. What I'm talking about is constantly manifesting what you want, because you are the master, of your energies. And it's a complete different way to manifest from this point of view than, let's say, to just do certain tools or use certain tools to manifest, because then you will constantly, you will be how should I say it? I hope you guys can follow me. Manifestation is such a big aspect of my life, because I've been on the journey for such a long time, and I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to that, but I cannot put it all in, a simple reading, and as well, I would need to first organize my thoughts, and all the topics that go within it. So this is definitely simply said than done, but you have the potential to be the manifestation master, okay? So yeah, pal, to very, very powerful people watching this, if you haven't dived into manifestations yet, then I would definitely recommend you guys to do it. My personal preference is definitely to, you know, let's say, approach it from a very like wholesome energetical place in which you know, work through your energetic bodies. But even if it's just you starting to, let's say, bring more affirmations into your life, or to use certain techniques which are really well known for manifestation, then definitely do it. As long as you get closer to that and you start to consciously manifest more, that's the way to go, you know. And but you definitely have the potential to go all the way. That's what I want to say. To get the ultimate success and victory when it comes to your manifestation abilities. But I know it's very difficult. Like, this is a gift I have myself, and I'm not completely there, but I've definitely done a lot of steps in the right direction. I'm constantly going there, and I'm also helping a lot of people with it as well. So it's a journey, my dear, okay? Everything in life is a journey. Don't see anything as the goal. Life is a journey. Yeah, but that's the skills you have. So yeah, congratulations for sure. That's one of the most powerful things to, yeah, or gifts to have, because you shape your 3D reality, and we are living in a 3D reality, and you kind of become the architect, you know? Yeah, the co-creator. Like, you have the gift to completely be the co-creator of your life. Yeah. Okay. So my dear pile 2, this was very intense, but please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, if it resonated with you, or if there's something you would like to share, then of course feel free to do so. Also, my dear, if you would like, you can also give me a feedback by liking or disliking the video, or subscribing, or just leaving a comment in general. And if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, of course, you can also feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my channel's Instagram account is in the description box down below, and of course, I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pile 2, take care. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what are your spiritual gifts? So what I'm gonna do, my dear, is I will just get you tarot today. I already feel drawn to use tarot. So let's see, for my dear pile 3, what is your spiritual gift? Or maybe gifts, right? Depending on what comes through. For my dear pile 3, what is your spiritual gift? Oh, one last time I'm hearing, okay. All right, that's enough. So let's see, for my dear pile 3. Okay, Knight of Swords, and actually the High Priestess also, it rolled, like it flipped over, so let's see. My dear pile 3, you got the 9 of Swords. For my dear pile 3, let's see. What are your spiritual gifts? Okay, so we got the 2 of Wands here. We got the Queen of Swords. Okay, let's see. The 6 of Swords. All right. Ooh, the Strength card also flipped over. Okay, and the Chariot card. All right, okay. Let me see. At the back of the deck, we got, oh my goodness. Look at that. You got the Magician coming through your pile card. Plus, the Magician is your overall energy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pile three. And it's also very interesting that for you guys, you even got the High Priestess and the Magician. You know, the High Priestess for me, like when those two come together, it's very significant because for me, both of them are very, very strongly connected. So, all right, okay, my dear pile three. So first of all, my dear, the first message that I got was, you guys are clairvoyants for sure. That's coming through here very, very strongly. In fact, I'm instantly getting another message, although I just first wanted to focus on the clairvoyance, but I will, talk about this in a minute. Another message that's really kind of dominating my energy is your intuition. I'm hearing your intuition is a superpower. You know, people can choose, out of their own free will, whether they would like to go with their intuition or not. That's for everyone to decide, what their priorities are. Let's say sometimes people, they could make very insane decisions from the outside, looking at it, decisions which, like, let's say people who are more so connected, like, or let's say who do their decisions only based on their mind, may not really understand, like they may not understand why a person all of a sudden wants to do this or risk that, or whatever, because maybe from a logical point of view, it could be a risk, or it could not make sense, but intuition is not supposed to make sense. It's this inner knowing that is guiding us. Every human being has their intuition. However, a lot of people are disconnected from it. Especially people who are very, let's say, trapped in the limitations of the matrix that we're constantly surrounded by. So, people can decide whether they would like to go with their intuition or not, but intuition for sure is a superpower. If you, use it, or if you listen to it, and if you choose to incorporate, like, those energies and feelings you get into your life. Because it's one thing, let's say, having intuitive, like, messages, but there is another thing then really acting upon them, right? But for you guys, you are very, very, like, your intuition is very, very on, and I wonder whether, like, spontaneously you could think about a time in your life in which you went with your intuition, and it worked out for you. So I want to be honest, it's such a mystery, right? And I mean, if we talk about spirituality, there is so much mysterious about it, right? But every single time I listened to my intuition, it was right. And it led me towards, places, or towards experiences I never thought were possible. So I really learned to, understand how important intuition is, even if we at the time don't even understand why. It's like a guide, and what I'm seeing for you, my dear, is that your intuition, once again, is very, very strong. So what I would recommend you is definitely to incorporate it, for sure, more so into your life, or to, do some self-reflection. When did you use your intuition and it led you towards somewhere better, or it was right? So, my dear pal 3, intuition is one of your super spiritual gifts, and you see, of course, everyone has intuition, but depending on our, life journey and our spiritual journey, which goes beyond this lifetime. I'm really talking about the, like, the spiritual journey of our higher self, of our energy, our essence, before we get born, also, there is also a lot of karmic influence there, but we all come with different footprints. We all come with different, let's say, potentials into this new life. Of course, everyone has intuition. Of course, everyone can manifest, and everyone does, manifest. But sometimes people are just born with it being kind of more sensitive, the intuition being more sensitive or more on, because they're throughout this human life, they're just more so connected to their energetic self. It doesn't mean that they are, let's say, any better than anyone else, because that's not the case. We are all equal. But I just see that you guys, for sure, your intuition is more so advanced than, let's say, someone else who may also obviously have intuition, because that's just kind of the the footprint that you got. Is that even the right word? What is the word for it? Is it footprint? I'm not quite, I think that's not the right word. Let me put it that way. Everyone comes with different strengths into this world, depending on, again, what their life, what their like soul contract is, why they wanted to reincarnate, what they wanted to experience, and also so there is a lot of things that come, flow into it. But what I'm trying to say is that for you guys, your intuition is a huge part of your life, because your spiritual gift is that it's very prominent. It's very prominent and very strongly present. Okay, let me put it that way. Yeah, everyone has their intuition, but for you, it's very prominent. It's very strong. So honestly, I feel like it can lead you to really great places, but you really need to understand, to listen to it. And but I mean, if you're watching this and you're just like, no, I don't want to use my intuition, then you don't have to. You have free will. You can do whatever you want. Just because you are gifted with something doesn't mean that you need to go to that path. No, you can reject it, or well, not reject it, but you can choose not to go with that feeling. But that's still a gift you have, for sure. As I was saying before the intuition really grew, like really penetrated the space, you guys are also clairvoyants. In fact, with the High Priestess also being here, I feel like maybe some of you guys could even see things in your dreams. You could either have repeated dreams, or you may have even experienced at times that there are certain things that come into your dream, which seem like a message, from somewhere else. And it's very interesting because for some of you guys, this clairvoyant gift can also show itself in dreams. Okay, that's also something that I'm seeing. Maybe you're getting constant hints about your life, about certain people, about maybe even the future and certain people entering your life. It can be, any way. But you guys do have this gift. For some, it could come from your dreams. That's where you kind of get those insights, those downloads. For others, it could even be through meditation, or through some, very simple like divination tools, such as tarot, or scrying techniques, or any kind of, let's say, divination tools in general. There are so many different ways to channel the divine. Some of you guys could even and my dear, maybe some of you guys are watching this and you're just like, like this did not happen yet, or you have not experienced yet, these are your gifts. That doesn't mean that you may have experienced them all, till now that you're watching. These are potentials that you have, which you will experience or unlock throughout your lifetime. So, or maybe even not, just because you have a potential or a gift doesn't mean that you may even use it. But you guys are definitely very spiritual beings as well, with the High Priestess and the Magician being here. So, this more so feels to me that you guys will actually be able to experience those gifts, because sometimes if someone is blocked, let's say too much into the matrix, and they don't believe in anything of that, even if they have certain potentials, they're not unlocking them, because in their reality it's not there, or in their reality it's not possible, so for some this can definitely also be the case. But coming back to you guys, so what I'm seeing is that this clairvoyance energy that I got from you, once again, some of you guys, that was what I wanted to say, could even be a medium or channelers for sure as well, because you can you guys are very very strongly connected to energies, and you as well have spirit guides, so that's definitely coming through as well. Energy systems which support you, which guides you, and I'm hearing they're immortal. That's also something I'm hearing. So the energies or the spirit guides contacting you or supporting you could definitely be bodiless. Yeah. So this is first of all what I'm getting. Another thing, my dear, again coming back to the medium, for sure, but I feel like some of you guys first kind of need to explore that a little bit more, because you may have some blockages there, or maybe even some fears, like okay, one day I will definitely talk about my own spiritual journey, but I remember like I've been shown something which remembers me so much of myself and my early experiences when it comes to, let's say, my gifts. I remember when I was a child, I had so many problems because I couldn't really understand the things that were happening, and I was a very fearful child as well. And those things that were happening weren't really helping, and with age and with experience, for sure, I was able to get out of this fear frequency, which was just holding me back, and it was not even necessarily, but because I didn't really understand what was happening. The first natural mechanism, I guess, is fear. But I had to overcome this fear to actually unlock, the capability that I had, because wherever there's fear, there can't be love. And some of you guys could still be a little bit blocked regarding certain gifts that you have, but they're coming from a place of love, my dear. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. So some of you guys also, with the Two of Wands being here, and this clairvoyance energy that I got, you could literally be seeing also certain parts of the future, like I'm hearing clairvoyant. If you, let's say, don't know how to capitalize from them or from this, then let's say using tarot is a good way to start, especially because you're also, you have so much intuition here coming through. So if you aren't doing it yet, because maybe for some you're definitely already maybe reading cards for yourself or maybe even for others, but it can actually be a great way to channel messages, for sure. Yeah, especially if you don't know where to start. Let me see. you're also okay, I know this has maybe nothing to do with the question itself, but you guys are also heavenly like heavily yeah, protected. So there are energies looking out like after you. I always say energies because that's just yeah, how I like to see it. But I know people say spirit guides. So what I mean is spirit guides or protectors, you know, whatever. You definitely have them looking after you. Yeah. And also with the magician being the overall energy, you know, let me give you a small lesson regarding tarot. Do you see the magician here? So as you can see, the magician has one hand going up and the other like showing down, right? So what this is kind of symbolizing, it's that the magician is able to, you know, channel the above and bring it down to earth, or let's say so above, so below, and it really also, you know, let's say shows the ability of someone who can channel, you know, who gets downloads, you know, energetic downloads or universal downloads, and someone who's connected to the above, to the spirit room, you know, but at the same time they can make it like they can materialize it, you know, they can bring those energies, those messages, and those potentials also down to earth. So you guys for sure, you are channels, you are heavy connected to other beings, you know, and I don't want to dive too much into maybe who they are. By the way, if you would like me to make a video about, let's say, who your spirit guides are, then let me know. But this is not important now because, first of all, I'm not getting any heavy energy even like talking about that. And second of all, this is more so about you. But all you need to know for now is that you have, yeah, energies looking for you. Like I mean, looking after you. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. And also with the chariot being here and the strength card, this is power you have, you know, and depending on how you would like to, you know, profit out of it, you can actually be very, very successful. And I don't mean like necessarily in a financial sense, although of course, you know, it could also be the case. Maybe someone would like to incorporate this into a business and, you know, make money out of it. But what I mean more so is that you can be very, very successful in what you do, you know, like let's say if you are a medium, you can be a very, very successful medium because your skills and the quality of your work, and the channeling, you know, is of a very high caliber, I'm hearing. Okay, another thing that I'm hearing is that some people watching this could even resonate or see themselves as a witch. That's also something that I'm hearing. Let me see, what do I see some more? Or, yeah, I'm hearing high priestesses and magicians. Very, very simply said. Yeah, you guys are very, very powerful. Like you are meant for sure to take like use those, you know, gifts that you have, somehow use them. You may even, like, some people may even call themselves a magician or a witch, or I'm hearing again, maybe someone is calling themselves even a high priestess here. But that's really what I'm seeing here. And also with the strength card being here, you guys have the potential, the spiritual gift as well, to be spiritual leaders, you know, to help others on their spiritual path, even because you guys are definitely very experienced, you know, regarding your spiritual journey, and you have seen a lot and experienced a lot. And I feel like a lot of you guys would actually like to help others on their journey. So that's something I'm seeing. Maybe help others through their traumas or through their own spiritual journey, like a spiritual coach. But that's really what I'm seeing. Some people could even be like manifesting like coaches, like it could be a lot of things, but you like pile 3 has the potential to work in like let's say like fields in which spirituality is a huge thing, let's say, yeah, a lot of things. Could be a yoga instructor, could be meditation coach, spiritual coach, tarot reader, medium, anything here. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm even getting things such as herbalism as well. Some of you guys could, by the way, also been drawn to pile 1. And if this is the case, then definitely feel free to watch it. But yeah, pile 3. So as you can see, your spiritual gifts, you're very, very closely connected to the energies, to the spirits, for sure. Some of you guys, oh my goodness, pile 3 is having so many messages. Like the other piles got 1 or 2 perhaps, but you guys have a lot coming through. Another thing that I'm seeing is that you guys, like someone watching this is also definitely has the gift of being an empath. And yes, yes, I know, at times it doesn't really feel like a gift, but it is a gift, being an empath. And at times it's very, very difficult to be one, and to adjust to those let's say experiences that come with it, because it can be a very painful or very burdensome journey as well, especially if we're surrounded by very, very horrific energies that we constantly pick up on, either like, let's say, circumstances or literally people. But it is a superpower. And there was a time on planet Earth where empaths, they could, like profit out of their gift in a whole other level. But because there is so much disharmony, imbalance, and so much destruction, even energetically speaking, in the world we're living right now, it's very difficult not to, go crazy. So please protect your energies, my dear, for sure, especially if you are empaths. Really become mindful of where you put your energy into, who you allow into your life, what kind of circumstances you surround yourself with, or you are literally in. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So let me see. Yeah, look at that. Like I can't even stop with the messages. Like there is so much coming through. But I mean, that's not surprising. You got the High Priestess and the Magician coming through twice. What I'm hearing is that you guys are also clairsentient. You guys, you should definitely, explore those gifts or use them, however you would like to, whether it be career-wise or just on a personal level, really, really exploring that, or somehow helping other people. But this is like such a beautiful, yeah, like you could make so much beautiful things out of it, that's really what I would like to say. Yeah. So my dear pal 3, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, my dear, if there's something you would like to share, or this reading resonated with you, then please feel free to let me know. Also feel free to give me a feedback through a like or dislike, a comment, or even a subscription if you haven't. If you would like to connect with me more, you can also follow me on Instagram. And if you would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, of course, you can also feel free to email me. Thank you so much, Pal 3, for allowing me to connect with your beautiful energy. This was a very beautiful reading, yeah. And definitely make use out of this, because you can create a lot of beautiful things, yeah. But anyways, my dear Pal 3, take care.